Today we're reviewing the CVLIFE 1.5-5x32 Crossbow scope made for crossbows shooting 300 to 450 feet per second. Out of the box you get two CR32 batteries for the red and green illuminated reticles. This scope is solid and weighs just 15 ounces, 18.8 ounces with the scope rings. It's only 9 inches long with a diameter of 1.6 inches at the widest point. The finger adjustment turrets work well and have audible clicks for each half-inch minute of angle adjustment, which are easy to make, and the diopter focus works well and is not loose. It mounts to Picatinny rails with no issues. It has a 32mm objective lens, and the eye relief on the scope is excellent at 4.3 inches to 4.9 inches. I found 4.5 inches to be the sweet spot. This features a high-definition etched lens with 93% light transmittance. It's waterproof and fog-proof and made from aircraft-grade aluminum for harsh environments and conditions. Installation is simple, just like any other rifle scope. Make sure you put the scope rings correctly, and then make sure you tighten it securely on the Picatinny rail. Take your provided Allen wrench and make sure everything's tight and secure, and now you're ready to go.
Really quick, before I get the scope recorder on here, I want to show you guys the reticle and how it looks when it's illuminated. So I'm gonna go ahead and move it. And so that's green right there. You see how we can move around and with the brightness go up, down. So that's the brightest. It's getting dimmer. Dim, bright.
To sight in our crossbow, we're going to use the Amazon Pointdo Rhino crossbows. I'm going to check these for quality control and show you how they look, and we're going to drop a link in the description in case you want these as well. Now we're going to grab the iScope attachment with my iPhone 5S to give you a first-person shooter view. Alright, so we got everything set up. We're going to grab the Pointdo Rhinos and we're going to actually put the bore sighter to check it out. And here we have the scope cam set up. We're going to show you how it looks like right now with the red and green reticles. And that's the DIY crossbow target that we have right there. I looked at a couple YouTube projects and I figured this would be strong enough to hold the crossbows. That's what we ended up doing to it, just some spray paint. So I don't know if you can see it, but that's right on the center of the white right there in the middle. We already put some rail lube and bowstring wax. This is a Titan. And we got all this from Amazon. We'll put the link I'll put the link in the description. Same thing with this one, the bore sighter, and also the Rhino Pointdo, and of course the CVLIFE scope, which is the center of the video. We got a proper measuring tool and we're gonna measure the distance. We're set up at 80 feet. I'm gonna show you guys the reticle so you can check it out, see what it looks like. And so let's look at the target out there. And so you see how that's the bright red, go low setting, go again high in the brightness. So that's what it looks like. That's the highest green setting right there. Let's go ahead and take some shots. Alright, now I have it cocked. It's ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the bore sighter, which doesn't turn off, by the way. As soon as you put the batteries on there, they're on. So here we are, check it out. Alright, so you see the laser right there? Okay, so let's go ahead and sight this thing.
Now we're gonna have to make sure that the crosshair reticle is also lined up right in the middle. So let's go ahead and move and mess with the scope. We're gonna adjust it right there. That's the windage. And I really like that they're just twist knobs. So we're gonna show you how it's gonna move. And it's gonna be right there. We're at 26 yards. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move it a little bit. Right in between, not at the 30 yet, but not at the 20, right in between. So it should be like 26 yards. And now let's move it a little bit more. And let's go ahead and try it out. First shot. We're gonna aim right at the center. Looks pretty good. Let's go check it out. We're gonna aim right at the center. Whoa, okay. So look where I hit. And I guess my DIY target, I mean, it kind of worked, Now let's try the green. Well, this time we hit low, but I did use the same bolt. Probably should have used another one. I cheaped out. Let me go ahead and change it. I'll use another one. Here we go. All right, so let's see where we hit. Here we go. All right, so let's see where we hit. Looks like we hit, oh, right here. I barely see it, but there it is right there. Where did it hit? And there we go. I took another shot and I'm right there. And so here we have the last shot that I took. So I mean, that's not the greatest grouping, but this is the first time I shoot a crossbow. Now we've scooted back to 150 feet, 50 yards, and we actually went out and got a proper archery target. All right, so here's the target that we just got. Not bad at all, 60 bucks. So let's hope that we can reuse the crossbolts. During the daytime, this thing is pretty much useless. So you see the lasers on right there, but you can't see anything. I mean, it's a really sunny day, so unless you're out there and it's cloudy like it was when I sighted this, or if you're in a range, you're not gonna be able to see anything. So we're gonna have to resight this because I moved it all the way forward so that I can have good eye relief and I can actually put this on my shoulder. All right, so I want to show you guys the zoom of the actual scope. This is not the iPhone, this is the actual scope zooming in. And so that's all the zoom right there. And so I can zoom in a little bit on the iPhone now. But we're gonna zoom all the way out. And that's what you get with the scope. So let's zoom out. And that's 150 feet, 50 yards. All right, so we nailed it. We hit it straight in the center. I actually just moved this because it was all the way in. It was like that. So this specific brand, the Black Hole, it does not stop the lethal 405 crossbow with these bolts. So I'm gonna have to put this in the bottom so that they can properly stop it, and that way I can reuse these bolts so that this doesn't get messed up like that. I had to move it obviously because the cows would not move and they were right behind the target. That's not bad. It actually stopped it. So we might get to shoot that one again. I'm actually pretty happy. Hitting the target right there. And I just noticed it on the camera. That's another good little grouping right there. I just got to move a little bit to the right. So I had someone else take a shot just to make sure. And sure enough, that's a good grouping right there. There we go. Now we're hitting right there on bullseye. So that's a pretty good shot.
This concludes this review. Final thoughts, I really love this scope. It's really crisp and you can see really well in low light situations. It's going to stay on my lethal 405 crossbow for a long time, and I'm going to show you guys some hunts in the future. I would like to thank CVLIFE for sending me this and reaching out so that I can review the scope on my lethal 405. It's really well constructed, and overall I'm really happy with the results. Some people complain that the scope rings are a little bit too high. I found that it didn't bother me at all and it wasn't a deal breaker. But in the future, I might look to get some lower scope rings. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.